Alright guys, I'm going to try to launch this thing off of a ledge. It's not a big ledge, but a ledge nonetheless. It's too much stuff to put it in sideways, so we're going to watch Sean struggle with it backwards. First time launching it in a situation not from a regular boat launch, so second time out with it, right? Unless you took it out.
Nope. I didn't touch it at all.
Second time out with it. First time was just right after we bought it to go make sure we could even stand on it. But let's try to get this thing in the water. You grab your side. Alright, I'll hold you here. Ready?
Alright.
That was smoother than we thought.
Yeah, that was easy. Huh? Look at that.
Alright. Take out all the water in the back scup. So, I don't know we got sitting on the bottom, but definitely got a little bit of water in there.
Poop bag's definitely gonna be wet. Alright, let's get this out to a center. We'll get our thumbnail. Oh, it's definitely easier with the longer longer paddles.
I got the Quest out. I'm gonna launch that by myself. Let's take Sean's picture.
All right, guys, so intro for me. So as you kind of obviously tell by the title, this is a brand new kayak called the U10 U10 something. I think it's NUCANOE U10. That's what it was. It says made in America, which is awesome. And then reason why we got this one is, for me, the Quest, I found it not stable enough to really stand on, and basically bass jig fish is really what I want to go for. I really got into that the past couple years using my new favorite rod. What?
I got it out there and I just launched. This is pretty stable.
But yeah, yes, I find that Quest a little less stable, and I really got into the bass finesse fishing. So we got this. This is going to get a trolling motor on it, which is going to be great for, again, bass finesse fishing. And then that, like, the Quest is a little bit smaller for two people than what I expected as well, and it works, but it is a bit small. So we're gonna test this out. Really get to know it, kind of just really get to know it, really. So we're gonna fish with this, fish with that. Steven's just gonna do a new pond video. I'm doing a review on this, and we'll see how it goes at the end of the day. Give my personal thoughts on it. Hopefully they're great. So let's get started. So the first thing I noticed when we did the one day, just to see how it was for setting hook and getting fish, is we needed a little bit longer net, so we didn't have to lean down as far. So we got now this net, which is, I think it's like 36 inches, something like that. So that'll work for that. And then what you can do with this one is you could actually stand in the front. It's gonna take a minute to get used to, but you could really, you guys can tell, you can really stand in the front. So I could actually probably even go all the way up to the front. A little jumpy because I don't really, first time really messing with this kayak. It was only maybe 30 minutes last time. So we're gonna get fishing with this. And you can tell with this pond, which is actually a brand new pond to us. We actually got told by the game commission on this pond, which is, he's an awesome guy for that. But so a new pond, new boat, and yeah, as you can tell, it's a lot of lily pads, just a ton of them. So we did find out yesterday that top water is working now. So I'm gonna start off with a frog on my Mach 2, and then hopefully get some bites. And we definitely needed these longer oars, since now this is not a sit-in kayak, this is a sit-on kayak, which was gonna be a pain if we still tried to use the short oars because we were getting wet. So my plan is start off over here, kind of in the shaded area a little bit. Well, we are going blank because we've never been here before. So I don't even know how deep this is, but I can't see the bottom right now. I did forget my hat. That's great. I forgot my hat. Like always. Always gotta forget something. What is a lot of bubbles over there? Like lots of bubbles. What is that? I don't remember if this leader actually which called it or not, but we're actually going to use my frog first because this is Steven's frog. I'll modify mine so I don't have to use Steven's. Then if it breaks off, yeah, then I just lose one of mine. Using this Booyah Pad Crasher Jr. I did forget my whole frog box, so that was just great. But I did not expect this place to be so covered in lily pads already. It is June 1st, by the way. You know, probably 60 degrees out right now. So the water is probably maybe closer to it, 50, maybe later 50s. Or higher 50s, maybe I should say. But we're gonna get my pliers, get everything set up. Oh, and I am wearing the life jacket because just in case I fall in. Like I said, not really used to the standing or then on the bass boat. So being a little bit more wobbly, take care of that. If I fall in, hit the wow. Did you really get stuck on that? Look at that. First thing I'm gonna do is turn this boat back around like I wanted it. Ooh, I just seen something come up the top. I don't know what it was. Yeah. Ooh. Alright, let's stay stable. I never checked drag on this either. Ooh, that drag seems kind of low. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Always check drag. I gotta check drag on this. I want to set hook and then not be able to get anything. Alright, probably right there probably should be good. Alright, let's go. And I'm using a braid to mono leader, like 20-pound braid. I think it's like Samurai or C7, something like that. I have to look. It's been a minute, but it's just size. The color is camouflage. I got it at home, so let's look into that. Ooh. Oh. Oh, Susie hit the water. Something had it. Susie hit the water. See if I can get it to come back. Well, I know there's at least something in here. Oh, I think you got water in it. Oh no, it's backwards. That's what happened. Oh, whatever it is, it's got to be tiny. It like taps it and then that's it. Ah, little guy again. Gotta be little guys. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. But they're really know what they're doing, I guess. Really smart. Really? Lucky that thing floats. Back here. Look at that. Give me that freaking net. Apparently, the net drags. You can't go in there. So don't put your net in the side. It's not gonna stay. Oh, darn lily pads. I had it too. I think that was a smallie. I don't think that was a bluegill. Let's see, there's another one in there. Come on. Come on. between the lily pads. Ah, stuck. Yep, definitely a largemouth. Really? There we go. First one into the boat. About time. Look at that. Woo! That took a minute. He didn't even get it in his mouth. He got it on the outside. I'm assuming that's because of the other. Yeah, not too bad. Like maybe 10, 12 inches. He's dark though. Very dark. Alright, let's put him back. Awesome. First one on the boat. Let's wipe it all on there. Alright, let's put him back. Nice and easy. Not too bad. That's one down. So there's largemouth in here. That's a good sign, at least. Now we just gotta find where the bigger ones are. Alright. Wow. Sure, let's try back in there. Why not? I guess let's see if we can pull another one out of there. Maybe we can. Ooh. There's another one. He's a floppy. That's two down. Look at that. There's another one, guys. Little guy. Tell you what, they're really floppy here. All right. Back again. Bum, 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 bum. I'm waiting for a big hit. That's what I'm waiting for. New place, never fished here before, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody else here. So that means there's got to be at least one hiding around somewhere. Even if it's too big, or its biggest is like a 2-pounder. That's still something, you know? Oh, into the bushes. There we go. Oh. He came over for it pretty hard too. He jumped for it. You guys seen that, right? Let's see if he'll go back for it. Maybe he's hungry. He hungry. He hungry. Look at those perfect hooks right in the top of the mouth. Oh yeah. Yeah, right in the top of the mouth. Nice. Can't have you keep my rubber tail. Look at that, guys. Another one. Little guy, like 12 inches. But he was hungry. He came right up for it. Wait for the bigger one. Come on. I can't see it. Make that another one. There it is, on the other side of the log. Look at that. There's another one. Another little guy. I'll even measure this one for you. So, yeah. You ready? Yeah. Looks like 10 and a half. Yeah, little guys. Just a little guy. Alright, let's throw him back. Backflip! He screwed me up though. I was gonna send him in nicely, and then he flopped. That makes, what, 5 now? It's not bad. Anyway. Alright guys, let's end the video right here. So I get this lined up. This Nucanoe is actually pretty stable to stand on. You guys can tell, move my feet around, and it does level out pretty quickly too. You guys can see this, right? Like as soon as I stop, it pretty much goes right to normal. So it's pretty good to stand on. You can stand almost all the way up in the front, and then if you got decent balance, maybe a little better than me, you be absolutely perfectly fine. Even I'm gonna be fine. So the only problems I've seen with it so far is I did have the net kind of here on the side, kind of tacked in like that on the side of the kayak here, and since the net dragged, it popped it right off, started floating away. And then the only other problem is it's gonna be the same thing with your side, is when you let's see if I got this right. So when you go and pop in the oar, it vibrates, which is very annoying. Probably fix that with some sticky foam or something. And then I think one thing we're gonna do with this is we're gonna figure out a way to lock down our stuff, to make sure that, like my book bag here, if the kayak does ever flip, nothing goes off and you you know, lose it in the bottom of the lake. And then eventually we're gonna have the trolling motor on the back. That'll probably stable it out a little bit more. And I think that's it. As you guys can tell, right now I got 3 rods on. So I think you could have a total of really 5 if you put one in your hand. But if you had, there's a box thing you can buy that I guess attaches to the back here somewhere, probably to the rails. You could add quite a few more fishing poles if you need them. And let's see. Probably gonna have a transducer at some point, maybe. Yeah, and we're gonna have the foot pedals and stuff for it. So hopefully all this gets done. But all in all, this kayak's pretty nice, you know. And I personally think this one's better than the Quest. And if you go and buy one, I'd suggest this one. If you look for one to stand on and one with a trolling motor, this one does pretty well. Oh, one more thing I forgot. When you're with this kayak, when you go through lily pads, it's actually a bit slower than the sit-on one that I got, the Old Town. It's a bit slower than that one. So you have to add a little more force into it to get through the lily pads. And it's definitely like when you're on, you probably could get it going a little bit faster with a bit of force, but get through the lily pads definitely takes a minute. I'm probably roughly 2 miles an hour right now, maybe 3, probably more like 2. But
Every time I look away. It was 10 foot long, or 12 foot long. I think it's 10 foot long. That's what the 10 stands for. The U stands for unlimited. The weight is 400 and something without the supper plugs, or
oh, and that you need longer oars.
you got 10 minutes to do your teardown. Well, at least tear down of what little we got for it already, which is nothing except a paddle. Where everything else we got hasn't came in yet.
Oh, did you order shit for it already?
Well, the motor and stuff.
It's not really that it hasn't come in. It hasn't paid for it.